Hey guys, this is Mike at eyewearshorts.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the development process for working with a web application inside a native iOS application. So if you haven't seen how to run a web app inside a native app, check out my website, eyewearshorts.com. I've got a bunch of tutorials, and one of them explains how to do that. So this video is not about that. It's just about sort of the development cycle and making updates to your web application once you have it imported to your native application. So the first things first, here I've got this native application. You can see I don't have a web app directory here. And you can see I've been working in something here. I've got CSS files, images, here's my index.html. Everything is linked to just like you would do in a standard web application. The index file calls your JS, your CSS, your images, so on and so forth. So I want to get this web directory into Xcode. How do I do that? Well, it's really easy. I can just click and drag this web directory into Xcode. And by default, it's going to want to create this groups setting. You want to actually check the create folder references option. Basically, what that's going to allow Xcode to do is create the references automatically. So if you're linking to a JS file locally, it will be able to find that JS file in Xcode. So I'm going to click Finish. You know you've done it right if your folder is blue. And here's my web directory. You can see it imported all my files. So at this point, if I go ahead and make a change in my IDE to my web directory, and here I've got this testing. If I said test here, you would see that it doesn't update. And you can see here's my old code, and that's because actually I've been working in this web directory. So the thing to know about Xcode is it does not make a reference to your web directory folder. It actually copies the files into the app itself. So I'm actually looking, when I'm looking at my iOS simulator, I'm looking at a completely separate copied web app from the one I've been working in. So it's really easy to work within that web app. You just need to know where those files are stored. So here you can see, here's my web directory that I was working in, and when I copied that into my iOS project, inside of my application folder, I can just drill down into my application name app folder, and you can see there's another web directory folder. So if I select that, there's all my files again. Now there's a couple different ways I could work with this. If I wanted to, I could work directly in Xcode by just double clicking these files, and I could, you know, make an update to one and expect that as soon as I run it, the application would be updated. And you can see there's test there. Another way to do it, if you prefer to work in your IDE, is just drill down to that folder. So you can see I've got some of this stuff open. I'll close it for explanation's sake. So here I've got my iOS application folder, and I drill down into my app, and there's my web application folder. So if I wanted to work within that, now I could just open up those files, and I could delete test here, and it's the same thing. If I were to run this in my simulator, you would see that test is now gone. So that's really the development cycle. If you want to make updates, make sure that you're making updates inside the application itself. Xcode does copy the folders over. It does not make a reference to your web application. So thanks for stopping by. Be sure to check out my website, eyewearshorts.com, for more tutorials.